So we're with Bearcast, and I was wondering if you've ever heard of Bearcast.
I don't think so.
I'm just wondering if you have ever heard of Bearcast here at UC.
I don't think so.
I have not.
No, I have not.
Yes.
Yes, I have.
Awesome.
I have not.
I don't think so, no.
I have heard of Bearcast.
I have not.
I have, yes.
Of course.
Of course. What a great answer.
I have.
You have. Awesome. How did you hear about it?
I have two friends, Matt and Sam Barlow, who have a radio show called Life Behind Barlow's.
Awesome. Okay. How did you hear about Bearcast, if you remember?
Well, one of my friends actually was on it, and she had a segment on it.
My buddy Mike Mace was on it.
I think one of my friends is the director. He has some position in Bearcast, so that's how I've heard of it.
Have you heard of it any other way besides word of mouth?
No.
I think I was just looking around on the website, on UC's website, and just saw it on there.
I've heard of Bearcast because electronic media came and presented to one of my classes, and they just talked about how it's basically a student-run, like, radio. Is it radio station? Okay.
Did you know that there's actually more than just a radio show to Bearcast?
I did not know that.
Do you think that there's a better way that we could, tell more students about what we do?
Just like signs around campus.
Flyers, pamphlets, papers, people see things, and more word of mouth.
You could put advertisements around the school, like flyers.
Flyers around campus and stuff like that.
I guess social media, because I know I'm always on my phone every day.
Well, I would check Facebook the most. Things on campus, if you're in a hurry to get by, people just don't tend to look at it exactly, but...
Well, I think that social media has a lot of potential in that arena. I cannot say I've seen anything with Bearcast so far.
Promoting it on social media is definitely a start.
The problem is there's so much online now that it's hard to grab people's attention online. But I did notice like Bearcast had a booth one day outside. I think that's always good.
Probably just on campus mostly, because that's mostly where everyone gets together.
Do like a table out here, like all the other people try to do?
Yeah, like events or something outside TUC, and just to get your name out and say like what you do and stuff. I think that would bring attention to yourself.
Advertise more. I mean, there's always like people outside advertising and things like that. I think that would help. Probably just stand out here.
A lot of, videos. I think videos would help a lot.
And I think kind of putting a little bit more emphasis on contacting the whole student body would definitely be beneficial. I think holding simple events outside on Main Street to get people talking about it, to show people like, yes, we have stuff going on, could definitely get people excited about it.
I think like if you guys like send out like a chain email. I know I get my emails like to my phone all the time.
What do you think is the social media you check the most?
Facebook and Twitter, definitely.
What is like your favorite social media that you think you check the most?
Probably Twitter and Yik Yak's being big now.
So you mentioned that you have listened to Bearcast before. What was your experience when you did?
So I was really excited about the simple fact that you could listen to it across different medias.
What would be something that you would like to hear more from Bearcast? Because, we're more than just a radio station. We do promotional videos, go to events, things like that.
I just more pairing up with student organizations, definitely being one, helping broadcast, highlighting things like PAC, like this LGBTQ event here at TUC. So just like kind of being in the face and spreading the good word.
I would like to be able to hear like the games, UC games, for like any sports in general.
If there's any way that you could, I guess, recruit would be the word, to just like music done by students, like for students, just like students for students type things.
Attack different types of genres or music of different types of students would definitely be the first step.
I definitely am interested in like events around campus.
Just, I guess, informative things about what's going on in the neighborhood and anything sort of inspirational.
I'm a Cincinnati scholar, so I'm always interested in community service events.
It'd be nice to see like some like organizations that aren't well known be like not really like advertised, but like put out on like your Bearcast and different like UC events that are happening.
Where do you usually find any new music that you like to listen to?
It pretty much comes from all my friends. One of my friends is a Spotify rep.
Usually I just listen to like Pandora and things like that.
I use an app called 8Tracks most of the time when I listen to music.
Mainly through YouTube or other types of internet material like that.
Usually on Spotify or iTunes or YouTube.
Spotify, mostly.
It's actually an organization that more than just, the electronic media students can be a part of. So do you think that there's a better way that we could promote it to students outside the major?
Yeah, definitely. I think a lot of people are like aiming to like get more involved.
Highlight some benefits that will come to being part of the organization. Like, for example, like if you were promoting to Lindner College of Business students, you could say how working on the business side of Bearcast can help prepare you for a career in marketing.
So tailoring it to the different colleges.
I didn't know that. So even just making sure that that is, something you advertise. Like anyone can be a member, anyone can join.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Awesome. Awesome. Very awesome. That's awesome. Awesome. Yeah, awesome. Would you have a second for me to ask you some? No? Just kidding. JK.
3, 2, 1. This is so professional.
I have no idea.